we're going to do another movie review for a new movie that came out about 2 weeks ago. It's part of the morning show mystery series, and it's called Murder Ever After. Donnie's playing with the as usual. Let's just put him in the frame. He's gonna be bratty. He's gonna be bratty. Okay, so the movie, if anyone is aware, stars Holly Robinson Pete. I am starting this movie review. Of course, it is not the first movie. I do eventually plan to go back to review the other movies that are already in the series. Okay, so here we go. The movie takes place exactly 1 year later after the last movie left off. Now, the detective that was played by Rick Fox has since left. He broke up with Billy and he has moved to Los Angeles to start a new job. Billy finds herself still on the show and a new co-host is hired. The new co-host comes in and he's kind of like an arrogant male type. So at first, I'm going to be honest with you, he's pretty unlikable. I thought maybe he was going to be a problematic person, but midway through the movie, he kind of grows on you. But his personality is definitely that of almost like a macho man. Like, I know what I'm talking about. And he does come off a little arrogant, but again, he is over time a likable character. Of course, some of the other cast members do return to the series. Billy's aunt, the assistant, the film crew, and the other co-hosts are still within the series. Okay, so the synopsis of the movie. Billy has a close friend who she goes home to visit her father. She is a lawyer in New York. When she goes to visit her father, she visits him in the middle of not in the middle of the night, but at the end of the night, and she discovers that he was left for dead on the floor. Turns out he's only in a coma. He is not dead, but of course he is hospitalized. They go back into the house and they kind of like look for clues as to who might have attacked him, where he was left that way. While looking for clues, they find in the basement skeletal remains. They can find certain clues such as a skull, a watch, and then some kind of weird substance which looks like lye. So not only was the man attacked, but somebody had already been killed and buried in the basement. And of course, what's the mystery? Did the father have anything to do with that murder? Was it a coincidence? Was it related? Or did he happen to just stumble across the wrong thing and be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and somebody found out what he found? So, to replace the last detective, we meet a new detective named Tyrell. So Tyrell is not quite as lovable and fuzzy as the last detective was. He's definitely suspicious of the situation. He doesn't have that much confidence in Billy, and he questions everything that she does. He doesn't come off as a mean character, but you can tell that he really is not for anything. He wants to do everything his own way and be strict about everything that he does. Over time, he does take a liking to Billy, especially when other members of the town inform him that Billy has helped solve 5 crimes in 2 years, in which case he kind of does give her a listening ear and understands that she's not just being nosy, but she is a helpful member to the police squad. He also learns that her father was a police officer, and she knows everyone in the station, so she is a good person to have around and to have on your good side. Okay, for the crime. So, for the majority of the movie, the main suspects are actually the daughter who found her father hurt. She's the main suspect, looking at my notes. Also the ex-wife, which through the majority of the movie, you're really under the impression that the ex-wife is the person who committed the crime. But sooner or later, it does get ruled out, and then it just becomes kind of a mess to where there's so many suspects. I truthfully was thinking that it was a group of people who committed this crime, because they did a really good job of not pointing fingers to any one person. It really looks like it was more of a team that committed this crime. Spoiler alert, it was not a team. It did turn out to be, I'm not going to say one person, but it was not an entire team. I'll give you that spoiler. I don't want to give it away in case somebody does want to watch the movie till the end and see who committed the crime. Okay, my opinions of the movie. So, number one, I think I have to mention, there is one scene of the movie where they do a formal dinner, like a black tie dinner, and that one scene reminded me so much of my all-time favorite movie, Clue. I just thought to myself, wow, I see you, Hallmark. This is inspired by Clue. And everyone is so nicely dressed, and it's in a nice picturesque mansion type of house, and they're all trying to get their brains together and figure out who the murderer is, and it does definitely give Clue vibes. So for my second opinion of the movie, Billy's aunt is hilarious. She reminds me of my aunts actually. She's even funnier in this movie. She has a lot of one-liners. Her physical comedy, everything about her is very comical. The way she plays off Billy, the way she is with just herself and her life. I think that that character has really stepped up, and she's become such a vital part of the movie without being such an integral part of solving mysteries. Even though she kind of does in her own way, she's just like a very good comic relief for these movies, and it's stepped up in this movie. Okay, so I'm going to give another spoiler. So one of the people suspected for the crime is actually a crime suspect in another movie that recently came out that I will review, which is the Fixer Upper Mysteries. So it really does throw you off where you're watching the movie, and in my brain I'm thinking, well, she had to have done it, and only because she had did it in the last movie. But I guarantee you want to watch to the end. It does have a bit of a twist. But just so you know, if you see a familiar character, that's where you know her from. It's from the new Fixer Upper movie that was just released recently. Okay, so overall, towards the end of the movie, I'm trying to give very little spoilers away because the movie is fairly new, and I like to watch reviews without seeing like everything that's going to happen. Maybe some people like it the other way, but for right now, that's how I'm going to do it. The movie could have been better paced in the beginning. I was actually getting bored in the beginning. Once it picks up, it really picks up, and then there's a lot of suspense and thrill and excitement towards the second half of the movie. I think the actors do very well. I love Holly Robinson Peete. I think she's a wonderful actress, and all the new additions to the cast are fun to watch. Of course, the town is scenic. I love that Billy's a cook. She's just not like a glamorous talk show host. She actually is a talented woman, and I think that's wonderful the way they portray her to be a strong, talented woman. Towards the end of the movie, there's kind of a hint that she does get flirty with the detective, and you can see that he's going to probably be a new love interest. Of course, she was involved with the last detective. It didn't quite work out, but it's clear that even though it took a while for him to warm up to Billy, by the end of the movie, there were some sparks flying there. So hopefully that rolls into something as the series goes on. Okay, so that would be the end of my quick little review of Murder Ever After. So how many crowns would I give it? Let's see. I would give it 4.5 crowns, which is pretty high. 4.5 out of 5. I give it a really high rating because, like I said, the second half of the movie really picks up. It's not. I didn't find that the crime was so easy to solve. At one point, I kind of picked up what was going on, but truthfully, by the time I really picked up who the murderer was, I think there was about 20 minutes left of the movie or less, which means it drags you through the entire movie where you think you might know who it is, and it's not who it is. There's been times where I've watched mysteries where as soon as they introduce a character, I could tell by the body language or by like one or two things said, that's the person who did it, and I'm usually right. In this movie, it really does take you on ride in circles of trying to figure out who committed the crime. They do a really good job of that. Like I said, 4.5 out of 5. I do like the morning show mystery series. I would say it comes second right now, today, because there's two series that I've yet to watch, but I'm going to be watching them soon. So second of my series, my number one is Aurora Teagarden, and when we get into that, we're going to get into that forever and ever because she is my absolute favorite, and I have true fandom for Aurora Teagarden. If you guys love her like I do, then you adore everything about her. And so when we get into that, and the new movie's coming out in June, so I'm really, it's actually coming out next week, so I'm really debating if I should do the same thing where I start at the new one and go backwards because it'd be too many movies to talk about from here to next week. So that's probably what we're going to do, but yeah, this series comes second to Aurora Teagarden. I just think everything is very well acted. I like that there's diversity in the cast. Everything is they're really funny. Just like Aurora Teagarden, where I feel like Hallmark really put the effort in making these movies of higher quality. I don't know if it's because the stars are more famous or what it is, but it shows to me in these movies. Some of the other movies do come off a little, I guess, corny. I hate to say that because I do enjoy the movies for what they are, but some of them can be a little hard to watch because they're just almost too simple. They're too simple and they almost like insult the audience. These movies, and I always say, like, I like them because they're just enough suspense to keep you intrigued, but not so much your heart is beating so fast. I like a good suspense, but there's some movies where you watch and you just feel like, oh my God, I need like 10 cups of tea and a Tylenol. Like, I'm so stressed out. You don't get that from the Hallmark movies. You get a little suspense, a little bit of like excitement, and then you can move on with your day. It doesn't overwhelm you, or me anyway. So if you like a nice, calm, fun movie, well acted, beautiful scenery, beautiful wardrobe, I do suggest the Morning Show Mysteries. I enjoy them very much. Alright guys, so that was my quick review on the new movie Morning Show Mysteries, starring Holly Robinson Peete on Hallmark. Those of you, I remember watching on, I don't know if it was a blog, who said they weren't able to catch it. If you have the Friendly app, it is still playing, I believe, until, don't quote me on this, I want to say it's playing till August on the Friendly app. So if you haven't been able to watch it, download the Friendly app. It's about $6. It's a good investment. I have the Friendly app and I have Hallmark movies now. I do not have cable, and that's how I'm able to watch the movies as much as I want. Not to mention my DVD collection, because I still collect DVDs of my favorite movies. But definitely, if you want to catch this movie, it is going to still be on the Friendly app for some time. And you could also DVR it on the Friendly app. You don't have to worry about finding when it's on cable again. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like this video if you enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe. Most importantly, please comment below. I know there's other Hallmark fanatics out there at the intention of having a discussion about these movies and about Hallmark things that I really love myself, so I know there's other enthusiasts out there. I would love for you guys to comment and let's have a little bit of dialogue going. Alright, thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.